Nurse dies of illness, experiences infinite reality, and told why we're here. Thank you for joining us today. We'd like to take a moment to express our gratitude to the community. Lately, something wonderful has been happening in the comments. Many of you are helping each other through grief, and it warms our hearts to see this community coming together. That's why we've partnered with today's sponsor, BetterHelp, the world's leading online therapy platform. BetterHelp connects people with licensed therapists trained to listen and provide valuable, unbiased advice. They can help with various issues such as feeling sad, losing a loved one, worrying too much, relationship problems, tough experiences, and more. By using the link in the video description, you not only support this channel, but also get 10% off the first month of therapy with BetterHelp. You have the freedom to communicate the way you prefer, whether through texting, calling, or video chats. A therapist will be matched with you within 48 hours or less, and you can schedule sessions at your convenience, even changing therapists at no extra cost. If someone you know has lost a loved one or is facing a tough time, consider BetterHelp. Click the link in the description for a 10% discount on the first month of therapy. Now, she was at home in bed when she passed away. It's interesting because, coming from a background of working in intensive care, she always thought people were supposed to die in a hospital or maybe in hospice. So, the idea of just lying down and passing away was quite surprising to her. But yes, she was in bed at home when it happened. She recalls feeling the weight of her body and sensing her life energy draining away. It was as if a heavy burden rested on her chest, pressing down firmly. She focused on her breathing, wondering if it was as crucial as people believed. She pushed this weight away and allowed it to fall repeatedly until she decided to stop. In that moment, she realized that stopping might mean she could die, but at the same time, she wasn't afraid. She released her breath, and her initial thought was somewhat humorous. Breathing is really overrated. It struck her as funny that people thought they had to do it. At that instant, she felt incredibly alive. She heard her heart stop beating, replaced by a buzzing sound. This buzzing sound was intriguing. She didn't know the nervous system could make such a noise. It resembled a gentle hum that faded as her nervous system shut down. Then there was a brilliant light that captured her attention as she neared the end of her breaths. She felt this light right on her forehead, growing brighter and brighter until it surrounded her completely, but in a comforting way. It felt familiar, as if it had always been there. This light wasn't just one. It was like thousands of suns shining toward her. It wasn't blinding. Instead, it radiated warmth and comfort. She allowed herself to be embraced by this light, experiencing feelings of love and peace. Afterward, she found herself floating above her room, watching her husband in the kitchen. Her husband knew she was seriously ill but wasn't fully aware of how serious it was. She felt that he would be okay, eventually finding love again and starting a new family. It wouldn't be the same love they had, but he would be okay. She also felt immense gratitude for her parents and family. It wasn't a sad goodbye. It was a moment filled with gratitude, saying thank you, I love you, and I appreciate you. Then there was another presence, not a family member waiting for her, but someone whose role was to guide her through her life review. At the time, she was 29 and had no idea what a life review meant. She had never heard of a near-death experience or heard anyone's stories about it. They started going through her life review, not every single moment but the important ones, moments when she acted from her heart and moments when she acted from her ego. The first time she acted from her ego was painful, like when she was unkind to a kindergarten friend. She felt the friend's pain as if it were her own, which was very painful. It wasn't about judgment, but about her human nature. As they went on, she relived moments of acting from her heart and soul, filled with love and joy. After the life review, she entered a different place, a dark one but not entirely without light. It was as if even a small bit of light would be out of place there. 4 souls guided her through another experience, during which it seemed like they gave her a download of information she would need someday. This was a quiet and sacred moment, like receiving knowledge without words, but by being given a box of understanding. She felt a responsibility to do something meaningful with this new knowledge. When the download was finished, she felt like she understood herself better and the shared purpose they had. Then, she felt a deep sense of unity with everyone, filled with love, a sense of reality without limits, endless love, boundless joy, and boundless peace. Time didn't seem to matter. It felt like hundreds or even thousands of years had gone by. However, she got distracted, like a stray thought outside of this unity. She noticed a light and a being coming closer, and she was told that it represented the part of her that forms attachments. This entity passed through her, and she returned to the ultimate reality of love. At that crucial moment, she went through a profound shedding of every part of her identity as Modo. It was as if her sense of self, her interests, and all her past experiences gradually faded away, revealing the core of her being, a limitless soul, harmoniously connected to the entire universe, immersed in the purest essence of love, joy, and peace. This incredible revelation marked the beginning of a deep and awe-inspiring transformation. Following this revelation, she encountered a voice that didn't use regular human words, but instead resonated in her mind like intricate thoughts. This voice gave her a clear message. It wasn't her time to stay in that extraordinary place. She was called back to the physical world for a higher purpose, to help and uplift those who needed it. At first, she resisted this call, maybe because she didn't want to leave the amazing state of unity and happiness she had felt. But as the message settled in her, she bravely decided to accept this calling. Returning to her physical body wasn't something she could do on her own. She felt a strong force guiding her back from the spiritual realm to the world of the living. Suddenly, she was back in her earthly body, feeling the pain and challenges of life, but undeniably alive. Sharing this incredible experience with her husband was difficult. The depth of the experience made it hard to explain and understand completely. She struggled with doubts and worries, afraid that others might see her as strange for telling such an extraordinary story. However, with time, she began to realize the profound importance of sharing this message with the world. She understood that their shared purpose was simple but incredibly meaningful. It was about connecting with the depths of their souls and spreading boundless love to all beings. This revelation marked the end of a journey, not just of personal change, but also of enlightenment. It became a source of hope and inspiration for anyone who heard her story, showing the incredible potential within each of us to go beyond our individual limits and embrace the vast unity of the human spirit.